Last year I made a video for those of you in your 20s feeling left behind, feeling like everyone else had a life manual you somehow missed. That video clearly struck a nerve. But since then something has come up repeatedly in my coaching conversations. And it's a different problem entirely. It's not the people who don't know themselves that are struggling most, it's the ones who do. Because here's what I'm seeing with millennials and Gen Z right now. You are without question the most self-aware generation in history. You know your attachment style, you know your triggers. Many of you have done deep therapy, read deeply and engaged seriously with your own growth. You journal, you set boundaries, you understand the difference between a trauma response and a bad day. You've developed a remarkable level of self-knowledge, and yet the anxiety is still there. The emptiness is still there. That quiet, persistent feeling that something is off, that you're not quite living the life you're supposed to be living, it hasn't gone anywhere. And that is deeply confusing, because you've done the work, haven't you? So why doesn't it feel like it? Here's what I want to offer you today. And I say this with genuine respect for the self-awareness your generation has developed, because it is remarkable. Self-awareness without self-acceptance is just a more sophisticated form of self-criticism. I'll say that again. Self-awareness without self-acceptance is just a more sophisticated form of self-criticism. Because what I see in conversations with high-achieving young people is this. They've learned the language of growth. They can articulate their wounds beautifully. They know exactly where their patterns come from, what shaped them and what they need to do to heal. But knowing it hasn't made them feel it. They understand themselves, they just don't accept themselves. And there is a profound difference between the two. Understanding says, I know why I am this way. Acceptance says, I am allowed to be this way and I am allowed to change. One is intellectual, the other is transformational. The philosopher Epictetus, a man who was born into slavery and still built one of the most powerful philosophical frameworks ever recorded, said this: make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Not analyse the rest, not diagnose the rest, not podcast your way through rest. Take it as it happens. Something I've noticed, and I don't think it's intentional, is that self-development world has gradually started to look a lot like self-surveillance. Track your mood, monitor your nervous system, audit your relationship, optimise your morning routine. And at some point, without meaning to, self-development can become another performance. Another standard to measure yourself against. Another way to feel like you're not doing it right. You went from feeling broken without the tools to feeling broken despite having them. That's not failure, that's what happens when awareness becomes armour instead of a doorway. So here's what actually moves the needle. Not more knowledge, not deeper diagnosis, 3 simple but genuinely difficult shifts. Step 1, from understanding to experiencing. Stop trying to think your way through your emotions and start letting yourself feel them, without immediately reaching for an explanation. You don't need to know why you feel sad today. You just need to let yourself feel sad today. The next time an emotion arrives, try this. Instead of asking where does this come from, just ask where do I feel this in my body, and sit with it for 60 seconds. That's not regression, that's integration, and integration is what actually heals. Step 2, from self-awareness to self-compassion. There's a researcher at the University of Texas, Dr. Kristen Neff, who has spent decades studying self-compassion, and what she found challenges everything the self-improvement industry sells us. Self-criticism doesn't make you better, it makes you more anxious, more avoidant and less likely to change. Self-compassion, treating yourself with the same warmth you'd offer a close friend, actually increases motivation, resilience and genuine growth. Your generation is extraordinarily compassionate towards others. You fight for people, you show up for people, you hold space for people. When did you last do that for yourself? Not as a concept, not in a journal entry, but genuinely, quietly in a moment of real struggle. When did you last say to yourself, this is hard, I'm doing my best, and that is enough? Step 3, from performing growth to living it. Social media has made self-development increasingly visible. The honest post, the vulnerable thread, the shared moment of growth. And there's real value in that. Community, connection, normalising struggle. But it's also worth asking, how much of your growth journey exists in the quiet, unglamorous, unseeable moments of your actual daily life? Real growth rarely looks impressive. It looks like pausing before reacting. It looks like having the honest conversation you've been avoiding. It looks like choosing rest without guilt. It looks like being kind to yourself on a day when nothing went right. It doesn't get likes, but it changes lives, specifically yours. Here's what I want to leave you with. You are not broken, you never were. You are a deeply feeling, deeply thinking human being living in a world that moves too fast, demands too much, and mistakes performance for progress. The work you've done on yourself, all of it, has not been wasted. but awareness has always meant to be the beginning of the journey, not the destination. So this week, just one thing: when something difficult arrives, resist the urge to immediately understand it. Instead, just feel it, sit with it, let it be real without needing to be explained. Because you don't need more insight, you need more grace. And you deserve that, fully, exactly as you are right now. Now, if this resonated, please give it a like and share it with someone who is wise enough to know their patterns, but still struggling to break free of them. That person needs to hear this today. And in the comments, tell me, has self-awareness ever felt like just another pressure to you? I'd genuinely love to hear your experience. Until next time, I'm Dr. Rakish Rana, the Clear Coach.